welcome guys, welcome on in and welcome to another little video guide, this time for the 737 from PMDG. We are in the 737-800 today, and we are going to be doing a little flight to Shannon in Ireland. So let's start this. We are going to start right from the beginning, and we are going to start from Simbrief. So let's head on over here. So we are going to be doing a Ryanair flight. And let's just give it a number. And we are Echo Golf Papa Hotel. And we are going to Echo India November. Date and time are correct. We are all running live time and weather. The aircraft type, now we can set up through here. We can look for our aircraft. In this case, we are the B7378, which is in, there we go, 737-800. We could select that. And you will have some options for airframes. You'd have the default profiles here. We have one selected for this particular aircraft. So Echo India Golf Sierra Hotel is the registration. Okay, so let's generate that flight and get ourselves into the aircraft. All right, so now that we are here, let's jump on in. Let's get some power, so let's turn on the battery. Let's turn on the ground power. Let's turn on nav. Okay, and we're gonna wait for that. So in the meantime, let's turn on window heat. Arm the emergency lights. If I can find the click spot. It's in here somewhere. Go on. There we go. Quick spot. Let's turn on the electric pumps as well. Now, I believe this varies from airline to airline, but when the pilots are doing the walk around, I guess they would want the pumps and the electric pumps on. So when they're doing the walk around, they can spot any potential fluids leaking. Now our handle is up for some reason. I think that was a control issue. Okay, so we have everything here. So let's do this. We are going to do this the easy way today, and we're going to do it through Simbrief. So we are going to import our Simbrief flight. Let's bring up the OFP now we've done that. And let's head on over here. So let's head into the FMC and let's go to pause in it. Now you can do it. You can put in your reference airport and your gate. You do not need to though. The IRS GPS position is quite accurate. So let's go to page 2 and we're going to grab GPS left, and that is going to put it in the scratch pad. So just push the soft key beside GPS left, and we're going to come back to page 1 and click on set IRS position, and that is going to put our aircraft in the correct position. You'll notice a little change here in the flight display. Alright, so from here we are going to go to the route page, and we are going to put in our departure, which is from Edinburgh Echo Golf Papa Hotel, and we are going to select flight plan request. We have our Simbrief route there, so we're going to click on that. Now we can set payload, and we can set fuel here, and we can select route. So this is the quick way. You can enter this information through the FMC and FS actions. But we will import our flight, and we're going to hit load. And that'll be about 30 seconds or so while it's loading. And there we go. So it is preliminarily loaded in our flight. Now, do not activate it just yet, just in case you need to make any changes, but we are going to go to depart and arrive, and departures and arrivals, and the departure, and we're going to have a look at our OFP, and it'll give us our route in here. So let's scroll down. So we are taking off on runway 06 via Gasamid. So let's set that. So runway 06 and go some 1 Delta. So let's select that. Okay. And back to departure arrival button and to arrivals, and the routing is for the Diggin 2 Delta arrival on runway 24. So let's select ILS 24 and Diggin 2 Delta. I'm not going to put in a transition. We are going to have a look here. We'll go to plan and we can cycle through the route if we hit legs. And if we press the step button on the right hand side, this is soft key, and we can go through the flight plan, and we're gonna look for any discontinuities, any mistakes, because it's easier to rectify it now. Okay, so that's all looking good. So I am now going to come off of that, go back to map, and we are going to activate that. That looked good to me. So activate and execute. Alright, so now we are going to go to init ref. Let's clear these messages at the bottom here. And we're going to do a perf init request. And just wait for that to initialize and hit load. And execute. And there we go, it's got all the information from the OFB. Just check page 2. Okay, that's all looking good. Okay, back to the legs page. Back to the legs page and the route data page. So bottom right, route data, and we're going to do a winds request, and it's just going to request all the winds for the flight and put them in the relevant on the relevant waypoints. So wait for that, hit load and execute. Okay, we are now going to go to our descent page, pressing the descent key and to forecast, and we are going to load. There we go, and execute. Now we can also put in our transition level and our QNH on the arrival, and you can get them from the weather page by scrolling down here. Okay, so we've got our departure, so QNH 1007 here at Edinburgh, and QNH 1010 at Shannon, and our transition altitude at Shannon is 5,000 feet. So let's put that in, so that's 5,000 feet, and QNH 1010. In here, and let's execute that. Let's set our QNH while we're here as well, so let's bring that down. Let's zoom out here. 1007 here in Edinburgh. Alright, so we are now going to go to our perf page again, and we are going to go to our N1 limits. And this is where we're going to use the performance tool to get this set up correctly. So performance tool, we are taking off from runway 6. So let's just make sure that's all good there. Let's import from the aircraft. We're going to leave takeoff flaps to optimum as well as the rating, anti-ice. We are going to put for engine anti-ice. So let's just put engine anti-ice because it is wet. Packs, packs are on. We'll do a packs on takeoff. Import weather, and let's calculate. Ah, of course, yeah, of course, temperature is above, so we don't need that. So there we go. So okay, calculate. So we have got our rating, our N1, and our select temp. So okay, so it's takeoff rating. So it's PO, and the select temp is 50. Okay, so let's go takeoff, and we are doing flaps 5. CG 19.8. So 19.8. Okay, and our V1, V2, 141, 142, 147. So close enough. Within one. Okay. So let's go page 2. Now we can get our acceleration height and reduction height information from Blackbox. Now I'll leave the link. I'll leave the link for this. There is a web tool. I have it on Flow, but we can get that information. So let's put in for our airport Echo Golf Papa Hotel, and it's going to bring our thrust reduction and our acceleration heights. Okay, and we've got our engine out acceleration as well. So we are taking off from runway 06, so 1700 feet for our engine out, and 1148 for acceleration height and reduction. And it's gonna, when put this information in, it probably will delete our V speeds possibly. Okay, that's all looking good. That is all looking good. Okay. Runway slope. You don't really need to worry about the runway slope. Is I don't think it makes any difference, but the runway slope is 0. Runway slope is 0, and we can put that there. Runway winds you can put in again, but I think we really need that. Although we can, let's see, 50 at 2, 50 at 2, see if it makes any change. So 50 and 2. There we go. Right, so it has deleted our takeoff speeds. So let's go to index, go to takeoff, and let's just reconfirm that. So 141, 142, and 146. Okay, and all good there. Right, we're going to put that 146 V2 up here. Arm the auto throttle, turn on the flight directors. Arm LNAV and VNAV. Okay, now we're going to come up here. In fact, we are not, because we are putting our runway head in, which you can get from your track on the legs. So 061. We're going to have an initial clearance to 6,000 feet. And there we go, that information is in. Right, so let's select rejected takeoff. I am going to warp us onto the runway once we have the engine started, just to speed up the tutorial. So let me just set some things here. So let's just set it for TARA, and we'll squawk 2000. Okay, so that's set. So yeah, let's do that. So let's do the full from top to bottom. So your damper can come on. Nav is on normal auto. Okay, everything normal auto. Pumps are on. Okay, so let's come down this side. Cooling, all that is fine. Emergency lights are armed. Let's turn on our seatbelt lights. Okay, it's all good there. It's all good there. Wipers are off. Window heat is on. Probe heats are off. Pumps are on. Let's see. Everything is normal there. Packs are off. Isolation valves open. Let's set our pressurization. So I think we've got a clearance to 38,000. So let's set that. 38,000. Landing altitude 46 feet at Shannon. We can get rid of black box here if it would. There we go. Right, get rid of black box, and yeah, we're pretty much all set here. So let's turn on some lights, get the wing lights, the logo lights, and let's start the APU. Okay, need all started there. We should get our light, our low oil pressure light. There we go. And we're going to wait for that to rise and stabilize. Okay, so let's just check everything down here. We've got our FMC set, got everything set up there. Let's turn on traffic. Let's wait for our lights to go out. Wait for that. Let's set flaps 5. I'll do this while taxing, so that's flaps 5. Flap 5 selected, and we'll watch the watch for the flaps changing. Okay, APU on the buses, APU bleed. Okay, right, flaps are moving. Flaps are moving. Right, we need to set our trim, which was, and we can get that on the perf in it, and in on takeoff page. On the takeoff page 5.5, so let's set the trim. About 5.5 there. Okay, let's get our airport and data. Okay, still got that. Alright, let's start engine 2. Switch to ground. And we are gonna wait for 25% N2. I'm gonna get rid of ground power while we're waiting on that. Ooh. And that was the control. So let's go to menu and FS actions and ground services, and just remove the chocks, and that will release the ground power as well at the same time. Right, 25%. Let's add the fuel. Right, all pressure is looking good, everything's looking good. EGT's fine. Okay, that is the switch going to off. Let's start number 1. Let's turn on Gen 2, isolate the pack. Okay, 25%, add in the fuel. Just get some lights on in here as well. Getting a bit better now. See what we're doing. Alright, it's almost stable. Switches off. Let's go Gen 1 and isolate the pack, open and set the isolation valve to auto. APU bleed can come off. Turn on Pro Heat. Alright. Okay, we are pretty much all set here, so I am going to warp us over to runway 6, and we're going to do that using Port Alt and flow. So let's do that. So runway 6, select that. Oh, select runway 6 and hit go. Handy little tool. And we'll hit done. Oh, some fella taking off. Oh. Alright, so let's just do some final checks here. So your damper, everything on, no lights, it shouldn't be on. Okay, looking good. We have got our FMC set, QNH is set, RTO, our VREF speed, initial altitude, flaps 5, confirmed green light, gear down green light, trim set. Right, we are good to go. So let's come off the brake. So let's do that. Brakes are off. Let us do a quick config check. Let's just hit recall. Make sure we're not gonna get any lights. Right, let's do a config check. Okay, config good. Alright, so we are gonna want 40%. So let's throttle up to 40% here. Yeah, apologise here, I've got some other control set up from my normal one. So there's 40% stabilised, and we're gonna hit Toga. Alright. So all that information that we put in the performance page and the N1 takeoff page, that's going to control us here. We'll control the takeoff. We've got our D rate.
80 knots. Rotate.
Okay, rotate.
Positive rate.
Positive rate, gear up. Flaps 1. Okay, start the turn. Okay, at this point you could select the autopilot. It's going to take over for us. I normally fly the departure by hand. We'll let this continue on via autopilot. Alright, flaps up. Flaps are moving. And flaps are up. And there we go. that is the departure from Edinburgh, from planning to takeoff. So hopefully you have found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. I am not an expert, but I will certainly do my best to help you out. So let's see, RTO off. APU can come off as well, and switches are off, so we're all good there. Everyone's looking good. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Greatly appreciate you coming and hanging out for a brief bit of time. But I'll hopefully catch you in the next video. But take it easy. Have yourself a wonderful day. And bye for now.